Welcome to Alice Just Alice 55. You're listening to an AI-narrated audiobook version of my original story, The Unclaimed Werewolf, an Unbound Wolves novel, written by Alice N. Smith. Chapter 39, Where She Sets the Terms. By morning, sulking had lost its appeal. Nora lingered in her den longer than usual, listening to the slow drip of water somewhere deeper in the stone and the steady, comforting sound of Morcel breathing beside her. He lifted his head when she shifted, tail thumping once against the packed earth. "I know," she muttered, scrubbing her face with both hands. "Hiding isn't fixing anything." Morcel rose, stretched extravagantly, and bumped his head against her shoulder as if to say about time. She exhaled long and sharp and pushed to her feet. "Fine, let's go see them." She took 2 steps toward the mouth of the den, then stopped. "But first," Nora added, a slow smile tugging at her mouth, "I think a small detour is appropriate." Morcel's ears perked. Her smile sharpened into something decidedly mischievous. "If the council insists on making this my problem," she said, already turning away from the most direct path toward the waiting suitors, "I might as well enjoy myself." By the time she approached the clearing where the 8 suitors waited, her irritation had settled into something cooler and far more controlled. They were exactly where she had left them, contained, lingering like an itch she couldn't quite reach. The protectors were stationed nearby, unobtrusive but unmistakable. Eamon fell into step beside her without comment, his posture easy but alert. "If the council is going to play with me," Nora said quietly, eyes forward, "they shouldn't expect me to be polite about it." Eamon's mouth twitched. "I wouldn't dream of it." She stopped several paces away from the group and let the silence stretch. 8 pairs of eyes turned toward her, hopeful, calculating, wary. Morcel sat neatly at her side, calm and self-assured. Introductions were offered again, as if repetition might improve their chances. Nora listened just long enough to confirm that nothing had changed. Then one of them looked at Morcel. It was subtle, a downward glance, dismissive and unpleasant, paired with a tightening of the mouth. No words, but the meaning was unmistakable. Nora's expression didn't change. "You," she said, pointing at him. "Leave." The man blinked. What? "Your permission to be on my land is revoked," she said evenly. "Now." "That's absurd," he snapped, color rising in his face. "I haven't even been given a chance." Movement caught the edge of her vision. One of the protectors stepped forward, voice calm, grip firm, as he took the man by the arm. "Sir," the protector said, already guiding him away, "you need to go." "This is ridiculous," the suitor protested as he was escorted off. "You can't just—" Nora didn't watch him leave. She turned back to the remaining 7, her gaze steady and unyielding. "Does anyone else have a problem with my choice of companion?" The clearing went very still. One by one they shook their heads. A few answered quickly, assurances tumbling out in earnest tones. "No," one said. "Of course not," another added. "Not at all." "Good," Nora said. "Then listen carefully." She paced slowly in front of them, hands clasped behind her back. "If I am going to choose a mate, that choice will be mine, and it will be based on qualifications." Interest sharpened immediately. "The first," she continued, stopping, "is competence." Several of them frowned. "You will each hunt?" Nora said. "Alone. You will prepare what you catch, and you will cook it." Silence. "Cook?" one finally asked. "Yes." "Here?" "Yes." "And if we don't?" another ventured. "Then you fail," Nora said calmly. Entirely. They exchanged looks, confusion, uncertainty, reluctant acceptance, but one by one they nodded and dispersed into the surrounding woods. Only when the last of them disappeared into the trees did Nora allow herself to smile. She turned to find Brooks approaching, his brows drawn together in faint amusement. "You look pleased," he observed. "I am. What's so funny?" Nora glanced toward the forest, then back at him. "While they were waiting this morning," she said lightly, "Eamon, the protectors, and I spent several hours making sure there isn't a cooperative piece of prey within a very wide radius." Brooks stared at her for a long moment. Then he laughed. "You're terrible." "I know," she said, entirely unrepentant. She gestured toward the den. "Come on. Eamon already has a deer ready. I'm starving." Morsel trotted ahead of them, tail high, utterly unbothered by the chaos left behind. For the first time since the council's interference began, Nora felt something dangerously close to satisfaction.